What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Now, we just got done with Sunday night football, with Sunday NFL action, and we once again had a very, very nice day, a very profitable day. We actually hit 4 entries here that were 3-mans or better, yeah, we had a very good day. I will say we didn't have as good of a day as we had on Saturday or Friday, or even maybe Thursday for that matter, and that's just because those days we also absolutely crushed it. Went up like double-digit units, like probably anywhere between like 12 to 18 units on some of those days. And again, I have all the screenshots of this. This is Saturday. This is Friday. This is Thursday. We have just absolutely dominated this entire week, guys. And I will say what's funny about today is actually a lot of these entries, actually all these entries that you guys see at the top that we did cash, I sent these out throughout the week. So none of these entries that actually cashed, I sent out today specifically. I sent this one out, I think, on Friday. I sent this one out on Wednesday. Okay, so this was super early value. And I kind of talked about this one all week. We got Jackson Dart at 25.5 pass attempts. It didn't matter at the end of the day, but this bumped all the way up to close to 30. Okay, so that is the power of getting an entry on Wednesday and just waiting a couple of days for the entry to happen, right? Sometimes we get these incredible lines, an incredible line movement. And then you'll see here on this one here at Ashton Genty, this one was actually sent out, I believe, on Thursday right here on this channel. And this is a prime example of what we do on the VIP and why we are so profitable. I take a correlated duo right here, okay? So I take Aaron Rodgers over, I took DK Metcalf over, and what ends up happening, Aaron Rodgers throws a ton of yards, DK Metcalf catches a ton of yards. It's not rocket science, guys. If a quarterback throws a lot of yards, his number one receiver is going to be the guy who catches a lot of those yards, right? There was actually like a 35, 40-yard pass in the first quarter of this game, and Aaron Rodgers is the one throwing the ball, and DK Metcalf is the one catching the ball, so both of these guys go over. And again, as you'll see, yesterday, what did we do? We took guys over together in this Tennessee game. We took guys over together in this A&M game. We took guys together, in Mississippi State, Florida, Ole Miss over here, BYU over here, it doesn't matter. A quarterback and receiver, Baylor right here, right? Baylor right here, for example, a quarterback and receiver, if they're throwing a lot, they're going to get a lot of passes and a lot of catches together. If a team is not throwing very much, so for example, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, it goes the other way also. I took the unders in the second half, and they were winning like 30-0 or something. They get pulled out of the game, so I knew they weren't going to throw very much because they were winning by so much, and they on top of that get pulled out of the game, so obviously they can't get any more yards there. Now, with that being said, last week, okay, this is the screenshots of last week, right? You guys see in the red letters, this, right? This was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this week. Last week, we went up 40 units last week, and I did not think we were going to top that for a long while. 40 units is pretty hard to do in a weekend. I will say we went up 60 units alone this week. That is what's tracking right now on my Pickett. It might go down a little bit as some of these like losses and stuff are settling and just everything goes through the system, but I'm telling you right now, we went up 50 to 60 units this week alone, okay? And this is tracking this entire week on Pickett. This is fully third-party verified, so you pretty much just connect your account to Pickett, your PrizePicks account to Pickett, and then whatever you bet links to Pickett and it's third-party verified, and it just tracks throughout, all right? So, again, if you're in the VIP, please leave a comment down below confirming that, because it seems pretty crazy to me, but I mean, that's what we did. Like, we literally had 4 days, if not 5 days straight, of just phenomenal days back to back to back. Like, 15 unit days back to back. And I mean, if you do the math, it adds up to 60 units. It is what it is. You'll see here, we had a number of losses, right? We always lose more than we win record wise on the VIP. It's part of the game, guys. Losing part of the game. With 4-mans, with 3-mans, you're not going to hit every single entry. You're not even going to hit every other entry, okay? So you'll see here, we won 18 entries. We lost 43 entries. And if you'll see last year, this is my graph last year, I have over 3,000 verified bets. Guys, if you're following people on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever it is, and they can't show you, like, I'm talking about 500 plus bets of them with verified betting and a graph of how much units they've made. Again, I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying, this is a general tip. You need to be able to have a lot of entries and a lot of units to be able to prove that you're profitable, right? I see way too many people jumping on these bandwagons of like, oh, this guy's 6-1, I'm going to jump on his, he can't miss right now. Like, that's not how you are actually profitable in this game. I go on a ton of little mini tangents here, of course, but what I do want to say is the most important things. I use correlation. We just absolutely dominated, guys. And if there's one thing to do in this video, is to like, it's to comment, it's to subscribe on this video, because if you do so, you will get entered in a giveaway for a potential Christian Gonzalez jersey, signed jersey right here. So if you don't know who Christian Gonzalez is, he is a very, very good young quarterback on the Patriots, and he is a first-round draft pick from Oregon, and he went ahead, signed this jersey right here. As you guys can see, here's a picture of him here. I'm going to be getting this in, I think, in the next couple of days now, and again, you can enter in a giveaway to win this jersey every single day this week till Friday. I'm going to be doing this giveaway on Friday, I believe. I think Friday is going to be the day that I give it away. Then you guys will get a raffle ticket into this entry every single day that you like and comment on this video, all right, guys? So like and comment on every single video this week. Again, it's completely free. It helps me out a ton to do so, and it'll be very, very helpful, and I'll appreciate it quite a lot, all right? So I don't know what else to get into. I mean, we just absolutely dominated multiple things. I will say today, honestly, I loved how today went because we had a profitable day. There was a lot of things that ended up happening. I will say, like, if you joined today and we didn't hit anything because I sent out some plays and they didn't hit, you know, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's not a day-by-day thing, guys. You guys have to think long-term. And, you know, part of the game is, like, I always say this, 98% of sports bettors, 99% of sports bettors, we've all heard that statistic, are losing sports bettors long-term. Well, I'm telling you guys right now on the VIP, we are the 1% to 2% of sports bettors that win long-term. You can legitimately get into the VIP and be an instant winning sports bettor. It is as simple as that. And another thing about that, guys, is, like, if you hear that statistic and you're like, well, 98% of sports bettors lose long term. What is the one thing that you don't want to do? You don't want to be average. You don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Okay, you need to get onto PrizePicks and you need to do what I'm doing because correlation is the thing that wins on PrizePicks. Like, there's very specific ways on how to attack apps, and I know how to attack PrizePicks. Okay, it is using correlation. Why wouldn't you pair up? You know, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo to go over together? Why wouldn't you pair up DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers together? Why wouldn't you pair up Sawyer Robinson and Josh Cameron to go together? When instead of doing that, you know, the alternative would just be pairing up like 4 random players together in the opposite side of the world, right? That would not make sense at all. One additional thing about following up on today, this one was very, very close. This one missed by 1 headshot, so that was a very close entry that we could have had there. This one also misses by 1 rush attempt on Alvin Kamara, and then where is it? This one with Devontae Adams misses by just a couple of yards. So we had some very close entries. These ones easily could have hit. But again, as I said, the VIP and betting in general, you got to be able to like know that misses are going to happen, right? This stuff is going to happen all the time. You know, you could say the inverse of this here. Jordan Mason, we hit this by 2 rush attempts, right? This is how betting is. That's part of the betting game. You're going to have close misses. And again, we still absolutely crushed it today, especially if you were on earlier in the week. So one thing, guys, if you're in the VIP, if you're here for, you know, this week, if you're here for last week, whatever it is, please leave an honest review of the VIP. It helps me out so much to show people that I'm legit, that I know what I'm doing. There's so many people out here that are just like frauds and they're just like talking and all this stuff. And they're great. You know, there's people out there that are also great in the space. But at the end of the day, I try to be extremely transparent. There's also been days and weeks that we've lost on this channel. I've been very transparent about it. So, you know, I don't know why I'm talking so much. I just feel in a very talkative mood. And again, it's kind of the end of the week, so I'm recapping some stuff. I always feel like if I don't recap everything, it's like kind of like something that I need to get out. So again, like here's some plays on Onyx and REBET. These are all the plays that I believe that I sent out this week. And you'll see here we go like, I don't know, 6 and 8, something like that. So it's not like we had some amazing REBET Onyx week or something like that. As you guys know, most of the units came from PrizePicks. We just dominated. And again, I'm going to be talking about Onyx Odds today. With Onyx Odds, guys, you can actually get a free $100 to bet with on Onyx Odds. All you have to do is text me the word Onyx and I'll get you guys signed up. You just text me right here to my number on the screen. Text me the word Onyx. I'll get you guys signed up with Onyx Odds. You'll get a free $100 to bet with. So I'm sure a lot of you guys come on the video and like, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to, you know, hit a 3X, hit a 5X, whatever it is, you know, whatever, you know, this YouTuber is going to do. I'm telling you right now, you can instantly 10X a $10 bill with a free $100 in free picks with Onyx Odds, risk-free. It is as simple as that. It's just downloading this app. And again, if you're going to get into the VIP, I would highly recommend, if not like almost require, obviously I'm not going to like require Onyx Odds, but I would highly recommend that you have Onyx Odds because you can slowly build up a bankroll with Onyx Odds. They're very easy to beat, and they give you free money, free bonus caches, free like promo boosts and stuff like that all the time too. This is my play of the day on Onyx Odds right here. It is Shane Baber, I think is how you say his name, Baber, to go under 4.5 strikeouts right here in this game. I will say that I'm not a big baseball bettor at all. You guys know that I'm an esports bettor, I'm a football bettor, and I am a I don't know, I dabble in WNBA a little bit, but mostly esports and football. This is a much, much higher line or lower line, wherever you want to say, on FanDuel, on DraftKings, on Pinnacle. This is actually negative odds, okay, on a lot of those sports books. So you're getting plus money for this bet here. That is what I do on a lot of these straight bets. I'm just straight up comparing them to other books and finding the best plays on Onyx Odds and trying to send them out as I can, okay? So this is what I do on Onyx Odds, and this is what I am taking on Onyx Odds right here, all right, guys? So go ahead and lock that in. It's a very, very good, valuable play on there. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to go over in today's video. Real quick, I'm doing something I've never done before. The past couple of days, I launched a season pass to get all of my plays up until Super Bowl 60, and it was 85% off. Now that was open for a couple of days. I ended up opening up some additional spots for you guys that did want to join late or just were kind of getting some of your money arranged. And it was 85% off. It ended up being $150. I got a ton of you guys locked in for that for the season, so I'm very excited about that. And we're gonna make a ton of money this season. Now I do understand there's a lot of you guys that are like, I don't know if I want to shell out $150 yet. I don't know. We'll see. And I fully understand that. So what I am doing, I've never done this before. I have truly never offered my VIP this low of a money value. Okay, so I'm trying something out. I have 50 spots available for $5 to get into my VIP for a week. So it's going to be, I'm filming this on Sunday night at like midnight. So it's going to be midnight to midnight Sunday night. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys probably on the fringe, a lot of you guys probably on the edge of potentially getting into the VIP, maybe want to see what it's about. This is a perfect opportunity for that, all right? I do honestly want most of the guys in here to be like brand new members, or maybe you were in the VIP for, maybe 6 months ago and you want to come back in, right? If you're already in the VIP, I'll just ask you kindly. I mean, you can obviously subscribe for a week for $5 if you want, if you're in the VIP, and I'm not gonna stop you doing that, but I will ask you just to say, hey, let this in for the new people, for the people who want to get into the VIP for the first time, or maybe you're rejoining in the VIP. My main goal on this channel, as always, is to crush PrizePicks, all right, because I have a personal vendetta against them, and to make you guys money long term. And I have a couple hundred of you guys in the VIP right now, but I want to get that into the multitudes of hundreds. I want like 7, 8, 900 of you guys in here. The best way for me to crush PrizePicks and to get make you guys as much money as possible is to honestly get as many people into the VIP as possible. And the best way to do that is honestly offer it at this $5 right now. You can dip your toes in, kind of see what it's about, get a week free or for $5. Get a week for $5, see how it is. And again, I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to have another 40 to 60 unit week. I mean, that would be very, very improbable that does happen again. But again, I'm telling you guys right now, it's not going to be our last 40 to 60 unit week. You guys see what we've been able to do. You guys know the power of this correlation. And, again, if we can get a 25 unit week, that's a great week. I'll be very, very happy with that. And if we stacked 4 25 unit weeks, that would be a 100 unit month. Even if we did, we had a 60 unit week, guys. If we did a fourth of that, if a fourth of the plays just hit, we would go up 15 units this week. If you did 15 times 4, that would be 60 units that we would go up. And a 60 unit month is very, very good. So even if we go up 15 units every single weekend in a month, having a 60 unit month is like amazing. Some people go whole half years without going up 60 units and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like I'm ranting a lot in today's video, but at the end of the day, guys, lock in for $5. It is as simple as that. That's gonna be the first link in the pinned comment. $5, or also, you could just sign up for Onyx Odds and get $100 in free picks. So at the end of the day, you're like almost getting paid to get into the VIP today. Onyx Odds is paying you, so I appreciate them. I really believe in that app, and I respect that app a lot, because some of these apps, they're scared to give users money. They're scared to give us money to work with. And Onyx Odds is out there kind of putting their neck on the line a little bit and being like, hey, I'll give you a free $100 if you can beat us. And that's all I need. All I need is a little bit of a dangle of a carrot there, and we can lock in on Onyx Odds there. One more thing, I did just put this screenshot together. A lot of you guys texted me throughout the week, and this was amazing to see here. This guy literally started with $50, he said, and his PrizePicks account now is $2,000 in it. And I'm looking through here, and there's a lot of plays that I actually sent out and I was talking about throughout those days. And I don't know. I mean, that guy maybe took some risky bets. I would say if you only have $50 in your account, probably not try to turn into 2,000 in a weekend, but I mean, congrats to that guy, and I hope that guy's in the VIP for quite a while. This guy right here on Twitter, I blocked out his name, but you know who you are. You're really, really amazing, and you always comment on my stuff. Up 100 units this week, which is probably pretty true. If you go from today to last Thursday, like I said, we had a 40 unit week last week, and then we had a 60 unit week this week. Yep. Probably about 100 units this week, guys, or maybe in the past, maybe 9-10 days, something like that. And this guy also, which was amazing to see, he said he has been working on Better for the past couple of months and just taking all the promos they give him, taking the deposit matches on these different apps, on Better, on Sleeper, on Chalkboard, I'm sure, on, Onyx Odds, I'm sure, using all the discounts every day. It takes him like, 5 to 10 minutes a day, and he's literally made $1,500 doing so on Better. You guys can see this guy's absolutely locked in, 700 bets over the course of I don't know how long, but he's just taking the discounts, and I see way too little people doing this. The guys who, have a small bankroll, and there's nothing wrong with having a small bankroll. And I'm talking about, I see way too many people stuck in this range of like $100 to $500. And if you're in that range of your bankroll, guys, there's a perfect opportunity for you guys to download these different apps, get these deposit matches, and then just take all the promos they give you. Be religious about it. Every time you wake up for 10 minutes a day, just take the Better entries. It doesn't even matter what you take most of the time, because these entries and these different discounts are so good. Better has some of the best discounts in the game. As I already said, text me Onyx, but you guys can also sign up for REBET and Better, right? One more thing, guys, is I forgot to go over the plays of the day on like the Friday, Saturday videos and stuff like that. I will say college football, we absolutely dominated. We went 4-1, so we hit most of these plays. The only play we missed was Jeremiah Love. He did great. And then we didn't do so well in the NFL, and that's going to happen sometimes. Like I said, we had some very, very near misses. Alvin Kamara missed by one rush attempt. Jawan Jennings, he honestly looked like he fumbled the ball, or he didn't catch that last ball. I don't know why they didn't review it, but he looked very close to dropping that ball. He dropped it out of bounds, but anyway, he goes over by one, and then Jaden Daniels, he gets injured in this game. If he doesn't get injured, he for sure goes over in a shootout versus the Cowboys, so that was a little bit unfortunate there. As I said, guys, we missed some entries by one and stuff today. That's going to happen. That's part of betting. We did miss some very close entries, and then there was Daniel Jones also. I forgot that I gave out that video. Is Daniel Jones, and then Alvin Kamara, we hit not Alvin Kamara, we hit Travis Etienne to go under rush attempts. That hit. Matt Gay didn't hit. Jacoby Myers DMP'd, and then we had Daniel Jones go over by one rush attempt because he took 3 knees at the end of the game. All right, so now that all the recapping is done, let's finally get into the PrizePicks play. Again, Sundays kind of just for the days of recapping, but first play of the day is Sam Darnold to go over 111 pass yards in that first half. And then the second play is obviously going to be pairing him up with another player on that team, which is going to be JSN, and we're going to take him over receiving yards. So just as I said at the whole time in the beginning of this video, like with DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers, if you have a quarterback going over, you're going to have a receiver most likely also going over. And again, no better player to do this with than Sam Darnold and JSN. They've been absolutely dominating so far this season. One thing I do want to show you guys is if you look here last game, Sam Darnold had 140 pass yards in that first half last game. And then if you go down to JSN and you look at his receiving yards, he had 117. So 117 of the yards that Sam Darnold had came from JSN. In other words, if you do the math, 83% of the yards that Sam Darnold threw for in the first half came from JSN. So every time that the ball left Sam Darnold's hand and he got a yard in the first half last game that he played, there's an 83% chance that came from JSN right there. These guys are extremely correlated together, right? So I'm taking these guys together. I think it's a no-brainer. I'll be honest, I think tomorrow's games, they're going to be pretty amazing. I mean, there's a lot of high-scoring guys, a lot of great quarterbacks that are, in their prime, really. And, I'll just say I really like Baker. I like Baker a lot. I will say with Baker, I like kind of more of his full game stuff, because his first half, they normally play slow in the first half, and then once they get in the second half and they're kind of losing, which I kind of expect them to be losing versus the Lions, Baker is a fourth quarter machine and he always comes back. So I'd maybe stay away from his first half stuff and more go to his full game stuff, but maybe I'll talk about that. I don't know. I'm going to have some plays in the VIP for Baker for sure. But anyway, guys, this is going to be that for the first part of this 3-man. And the second part of this 3-man is going to be League of Legends. If you guys have never bet on League of Legends, it's amazing to bet on. It's honestly one of my bread and butter sports that I bet on. It's really involved in like who's going to win the game. So if someone's winning the game, then you're going to get a lot of kills. If you're losing the game, you're going to get less kills. That's probably the most basic way I can explain it. I can go in a lot more detail and have a lot more detail in some of these videos that I do talk about League of Legends. But It's as simple as that. Gen G is the #1 team in the world. They're in a Worlds tournament, which is the biggest tournament. It's pretty much like the World Cup of League of Legends. Gen G always does very good in this tournament up until the very, very end. And we're not in the very end yet. So they're always favored. They're the best team in the world. They are like cold-blooded killers. Like if you imagine in your mind like the most well-oiled machine of a team, just like an absolute on top dominated team. You have 5 members of a team just completely on the same page. That is how Gen G is. I watch them quite a lot. I watch them a ton. I think Ruler, who is one of the best players in the world, is going to easily get 11.5 kills. There's games where he gets like 12 kills just in one game, and you guys will see that we're actually betting on map 1 through 2. So again, go over to League of Legends, bet on that. Again, that's not going to be correlated because it's in a completely different side of the map, different side of the country. I almost said map, different side of the country, and with different players in a different game, of course. And then we do have these guys extremely correlated together. Okay, so. Again, like and comment on this video. I will go ahead and enter you in that raffle to get this signed Christian Gonzalez jersey. And then again, if you guys do want to get into the VIP for literally the lowest price I've ever offered it, other than signing up for some of these apps for free or for $10 or whatever it is, you guys can get in for a week starting now. And again, it's big to get in right now because a lot of the plays I'm going to be sending out for the week happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, when those lines start coming out, I really start sending picks a lot. So get into the VIP for the week, guys. You will not regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.